Ah, did it. We devoured the tasty bagel. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Why does it have a blank commander slot? I don't know. That's how long it's been since I played Brawl. But we're brawling today. Liliana of the Veil, Be My Valentine. I'm recording this on Valentine's Day. My wife is like wondering why I went to work. It's because I've got Liliana. I gotta see her on Valentine's Day, right? I'm sure it's fine. My wife wouldn't mind. Nope. Anyway, we're going to spend some quality time together. I think this is one of the more interesting Brawl commanders, just because Planeswalkers can be your commander in Brawl, something a little different from Commander, and it has a lot of potential for just controlling the game. There's a pretty toxic deck full of discard payoffs, and Brawl has changed so much. It's been a long time, guys, since I made a Brawl video. You might have noticed the Brawl fans are probably feeling neglected. I haven't forgotten you. I still play in my spare time quite a bit. So today is my little Valentine's Day treat to myself. A little bit of Brawl, a little bit of time with my girl. So we've got a mono black mana base with Nykthos, I think makes the cut, Cabal Stronghold, and we have a lot of discard payoffs in the deck. So I have a Gaia Reach Sanitarium and Urza's Cave, which can go find the Nykthos or the Stronghold or the Sanitarium. There's also an Expedition map, so I have a little package for getting utility lands. I run Griselbrand. Yeah, we went right to the top. So this deck has a small Reanimator package, and Griselbrand can create the card advantage explosion that you need to get ahead. So we have cards like Reanimate, if we dump Grizzles into the bin with Liliana, and the discard ability, because we have a lot of discarding going on. And we have Entomb, which is now in the format. So we can just search for Griselbrand and put it in the graveyard and get it back with other effects like Reanimate or Necromancy, which is also hanging out in the deck. This from Visions. Guys, I love seeing these old cards on Arena. Does it do something for you like it does for me? Have you guys been around like long enough that you see the old border and you see the Entomb art and you see the Odyssey set symbol and you see the Vision set symbol and it just kind of hits hard? I love it. I love these borders being on Arena. So that's kind of the big over the top, is like we can reanimate Griselbrand. That is a very real way we can win. Liliana's great at dragging the opponent into deep water, making them discard tons of cards, sacrifice their creatures, and just get them into this state where they have top decking and they're trying to stay on board. But it does mean that Liliana doesn't ultimate as much as you'd want. She threatens to, but even if she does, it doesn't end the game. It just kind of makes the opponent sacrifice stuff. So we need to end the game. Griselbrand Reanimator is an easy way to go over the top. We also have Invoke Despair, because we have 4 black pips and we can pay them. That's kind of sick. Snuff Out is in the format now, which is kind of a busted cheap removal spell that if the opponent's playing black, you just discard it. Easy. Damnation, of course. Grief, of course. You know, your good reasons to play black out of the special guest lineup. But Children of the Apocalypse is just that good, and the One Ring pulls you ahead. You're going to look at some card advantage now coming up, like the One Ring, and that's how you get ahead after using Liliana's ability a lot. Goyfs. They put Goyfs in this format. My God, Barrow Goyf is lighting up Eternal formats, including I had a showdown with this card not that long ago in Canadian Highlander. Man, is it good there. And there's also Nether Goyf over here at 1 mana. So some Modern Horizons 3 Commander and Modern Horizons 3 cards really show up in a deck where you need cheap threats, recursive threats, and you're filling your graveyard. So we got Black Market Connections. Graveyard Trespasser's great because the ward says discard a card, and they're discarding too, so eating the graveyard is a good move. Opposition Agent and Dothy Voidwalker and Orcish Bowmasters are like your floodgates on a creature that have been printed into this format. Where's my Dothy? Okay, I see it now. I was like, there's no way I didn't add my Dothy, but there you go. And then we have Dismember, Witchmember, you know, cheap removal. Phyrexian Arena, Necropotence, busted, insane. I like it so much more than Necrodominance. I'm not even putting Necrodominance in here. They actually restricted this in Timeless. That's how busted Necropotence is. Oh, it gives them it gives me the flashbacks as well. Monument to Endurance, a great way to discard cards, get paid. Vial of Gladriel, when your hand goes to 0, Vial draws you 2 cards. It's like Quantum Riddler text on a mana rock. Bandit's Talent is part of that discard payoff. We've got a bunch of these actually just lurking. They're hidden in here. Like the Raven Man is hidden in here. The Tiny Bones that are 2 mana are hidden in here. Those are just ways to get more out of the opponent discarding. But then we also have like some other targets for Entomb, like Timeline Color and Bloodghast, which are both good to discard from your hand and good to have in your graveyard to pressure opponent's planeswalkers. Because guess what? You can have a planeswalker as a commander. Your opponent can have a planeswalker as a commander too. And you need to get it off the board, or the advantage from the planeswalker will outweigh your Liliana, because Liliana does hit both players. But yeah, other ways to gain value and remove stuff. So you saw like Bitter Triumph is in here, Sheldred's Edict is in here, all kinds of like kill your thing. Then we've got a Cruel Claws Heist for more ways to attack the hand. But we are also just hanging out with various other effects that give us all kinds of little advantages. Waste Not is specifically great in this deck because the opponent has to discard because of Liliana. Bitter Bloom Bearer and Bitter Blossom are ways to have board presence to protect Liliana that comes back turn after turn. Our curve is pretty darn low because that's what Brawl has become, so Dark Confidant makes the cut, and Ripples of Undeath I think is a really sweet way to get graveyard value but also get cards. All kinds of ways to stay up on cards. We got Reckoner Bankbuster. Heart of Curin's a great way to defend Liliana. A 2 mana 4/4 flying vigilance that is only a creature when you pay a loyalty for it. And I like that when I have a cheap planeswalker as my commander. We run the Mox Amber because our commander is 3 mana or less. I think that's pretty automatic. Lots of cheap effects like Cut Down, Requiem, Hex, Fatal Push, etc. Dark Ritual is of course the best card in your opening hand for turn 1 Liliana. Lots of discard, with Dread Fugue being the most controversial one, but I think the format is so fast now that Dread Fugue is good, and then Duress and Inquisition of Kozilek and things like that. I've got Insatiable Avarice for a 3 mana draw 3 for the most part, since we have all black pips. It makes it easy. Shambling Ghast is a sweet way to block for Liliana and then also make a treasure to recast Liliana if they remove her. Currency Converter might be one of the more insanely busted cards you can put in this deck. For 1 mana you get this thing, and then you start ticking up your Liliana, and every time like they go into attack and you tap your Currency Converter and make a 2/2 out of nowhere to block their dork, they get so mad. Like they just scoop on the spot so often. Again, since the opponent gets use of their graveyard, we have Ghost Vacuum, Relic of Progenitus, Soul Guide Lantern, and of course March of Wretched Sorrow to unload our hand and remove the opponent's stuff. This deck did have the 3 mana Tezzeret. I actually cut it because it was clunky to get on the field, but we have so many sweet 1 mana artifacts, and Currency Converter is so good. I might put the 3 mana Tezzeret back in the deck. It's really good. Also with the package that includes Expedition Map, which can then go get some of our sweet lands. So that's the deck. I talked about it. I haven't done something like this in a while, which is talk about a Brawl deck completely and then play it. So you're in for a treat. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Does anybody want to play against my totally toxic commander? Hell Q is everywhere now, right? There's like no division. Everything is hell. I don't know. There's so much. Every time I do these videos, what is Hell Q? It's where the best commanders play against each other in Brawl. That's Hell Q in a nutshell. The commanders that win the most, that people hate the most, they just go against each other. Teferi goes against Liliana. Ragavan goes against Atraxa. You know, that kind of thing. And then after people know what it is, there's a big argument. Oh, what is Hell Q? What is Hell Q? Guys, I think that my Faramir, Warden of Gondor deck is Hell Q because I played against Teferi once. Golos is usually Hell Q, but always kind of a funny one. Kind of a funny one to have in Hell Q. So, Entomb, Triumph, Terminus. We could go get the Grizz and just hope to draw the reanimation spell. We're up against Golos. Like, it's not that important to attack them with like a Bloodghast or a Timeline Color. But here's the thing, Golos is inevitable and they cast huge spells. It's going to be hard for us to win. Maybe I do need to be attacking them. Or I could take a mulligan here. The Triumph is pretty good. Is this, I mean, the Nykthos is pretty good. I think there's a chance this hand gets to ultimate, which is our best weapon against Golos, so I'm going to keep it. I should put Proliferate. I should put more Proliferate in this deck. Actually, like in a matchup like this, ultimating the Liliana is definitely the goal. Let's see what they get. Yeah, I think I just entomb Grizzlebrand here. You know what? No, I'm gonna get the Blood Gas. Let's pressure them. Why not? Why the heck not? Remembering, one of the Goyfs also comes back, but I think it's too slow. Would we rather have you? Yeah, actually you fit. You come out with haste, but then I have to cast you again. No, just get the gas. Just get the gas. Like I never entombed before. Raven Man. That can be pretty good pressure. I think I'll play that instead of Terminus. That's a lot of attacking. The opponent's probably going to be ramp, Golos, big spell. Like that's the plan. And here it goes, Farseek. So far, no big surprises. We're just looking at discarding a swamp. Save Nykthos for next turn. Well, I want to make a land drop next turn for sure. I think so. Here she comes. Be my Valentine.
My way tends, you won't be outsmarting me.
Ruinous Ultimatum. Yeah. Here we go now. What fun we're having. Each opponent discards a card. Well, that's a good mana sink. Uh-oh. Crap. I choose this Nykthos. They choose Elish freaking Norn. Well, we can kill it. We can kill it. That's okay. I mean, it feels bad, but it's okay. And we do draw the land to get back the Ghast. And we have the Triumph. So do we want to unload our hand and make them discard? Yeah, I think we do. 100%, right? Play the Cave. Get back the Ghast. Ups the Nykthos count. Crap! What have I done? No! Oopsie. Well, discard a card, you wretch. Oh, that's a big ultimatum you just discarded too. Oh no. No, I didn't cast the Terminus. What am I doing? What's the matter with me? Sometimes I even amaze myself, guys. Oh my God. Well, if I make them discard, it's not going to work out. So let's go swamp. Get this back. Let's go 4. Let's sack this. And any good use of mana, I guess the Sanitarium, right? That's what we're going to need just to keep discarding. Any of these lands got to go. I guess the castle could go. The castle is going to help them cast their Golos again. Is that the problem? I mean, they can fetch any land, so I guess getting these is a good move. But do I make them discard? They need an untapped land to spin the wheel. Yeah, let's make them have an untapped land to spin the wheel.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I can't block, so they're going to attack Liliana. Let's see if they get it. Tap land. Get wrecked, loser. Ha! All right. Easy. Oh, oh. All right. Well, I know what I'm doing now. Oh my God. What a sweet setup.
I've always hated crowds.
What a sweet setup. Okay. Guys, keep it. Be cool. Be cool. Stay cool. They know about the demo field, so they're going to cast this again. I could get more mana out of this, but let's just do it like this so I can still use demo field this turn. There's no way they drew a salute. Okay, they drew a crop rotation. Okay. What are they gonna get? What do they need here? I can hit it with the field because I still have the field. Oh god, opposition agent. Welcome to the game. Okay, Phyrexian Tower lets them sack their Golos, I guess. Trigger. Is it May? Why is it May? Lame. All right. Do I kill the... Yeah, I'll kill the lair, and they don't even get to search here unless they want to give me a land. Like Oppo says, hell no. Should've got Field of Ruin. I forgot about opposition agent. I'm playing so bad. It's so bad, but the deck loves me so. What a terrible draw. I mean, do I plus just a plus? Probably. I mean, so Golos is gonna attacking hit Liliana, and Liliana's gonna die. So why would I plus? There's no reason to. All right. Rusty. I'm so freaking rusty, but this game is already so freaking sweet. I should have a Terminus of Return in play. It should be origined. I should have a Harness Soulstone in play if any. What a motherfucking top deck. Jesus! Is that good? And the mana to cast it like it was nothing. Are you kidding me? Wow, what a draw. Dothy? If I play this, kill this, they do need to draw the untapped land to recast it. I guess we go for it. They wouldn't just top deck twice in a row exactly what they need, would they? There's a lot of spells they can't cast from this mana. Okay. I should be getting back my opposition agent with my Harnessed Infinity Stone. A duress I can't play. Okay. Yeah, this is the downside of Liliana, is the top deck wars that don't quite work out the way you want them to. Halfling, yes! Cut your ass down! Borrow Goif. It's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big draw. Oh my goodness. Holding up the Dothy I don't think is right there. Let's get him dead. We're threatening lethal here. Okay. And we can make Golos get sacrificed. So they need some, I guess, Bajuka Bog, right? Shrink the Goif. That's what they need. Beautiful. Our opponent's a very serious gamer. It's still enough because it counts their graveyard as well. How about that?
I've always hated crowds.
Ah, did it. We devoured the tasty bagel. Despite my best efforts to completely and utterly obliterate my own chances, we did it. Here comes Stella Lee, Storm combo. You can usually poke a pretty good hole in Storm combo with Liliana. I mean, there's a lot of removal for a deck that's probably very spell-based, but it does have turn 1 Nethergoyf. Yeah, let's try it. We could do the free mulligan there and just try to hit the Dark Ritual, but we're rolling today. I love Invoke Despair. I haven't cast this card in a while. It's a delightful magic card. Everybody loves it. Our opponent is pondering. Look at their top 3. Back in any order. You may shuffle. You draw that card. A classic for sure now on Arena. So many classic cards on Arena since the last time I made a Brawl video. It just keeps happening, and I'm here for it. It is what I said for years, that the best thing they can do if they want to sell cards on Arena is just print cards. Like all the time, just keep releasing more cards. Now they could do a much better job letting us know when these cards are on Arena. I feel like they should probably have some kind of a spotlight in those weekly announcements or in the messages that is like, now available to craft on Arena, Lightning Greaves, right? That would help a lot. I don't know why they don't do that. Footfall Crater. Target creature gains haste and trample. Okay. Well, guys, I pass. I won't do the insult of attacking for 0. I won't do it. So are we going to end up staring at counter spells? Stock up. Uh-huh. How big are you? 2-4. Out of cut down range. Sanitarium. I think this cut down can go. Wanshi Tong hits the bin. Nethergoyf punches. Opponent goes to 21. Let's see how much pop off they can get out of this turn. They can play Estella Lee and give her haste, but like then it copies something, I guess. When you cast your second spell each turn, exile a top card. This is a commander card. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card, copy, instant or sorcery, new targets, only if you cast 3 or more spells. Yeah, they're going to try to build up a critical mass and pop off, but Liliana does make that very difficult. Ooh, go get a 1 mana card and a body on the field. Micromancer. I like that card in this format. It is just 1 mana too much. Octopus Form, that is a protection spell. So, I love me my Shieldred, but I don't think... Are we casting Shieldred? I also want to invoke Despair next turn very badly, so I want both of my lands. But I think I'm going to need both of these for this turn sequence, not Shieldred. So I think my turn sequence is Edict, Triumph Edict. We could just minus and kill this and hold both of these, but I don't think that's very good. So I think I'm discarding Shieldred, which feels bad, but it does pump my Nethergoyf. So here we go. Discarding the Shieldred, though, is so not aggro. Ghostfire Slice. Edict. And discard again. That Ghostfire Slice could have targeted Liliana, so that's an interesting development. Down to 15. But they're holding on to form. They will have to deal with Shieldred's Edict. They're gonna expressive. They're holding. I'm probably gonna try to wait right until Lily's about to ultimate, because they know that there's stuff going on if I'm discarding Shieldred the Apocalypse. It's not like I'm hiding it. Yeah, they're gonna try to build up and get like a billion value in 1 turn, but as I've stated, Liliana makes that really hard to do. They're at 15. Hit him again.
Drop it.
Yeah, I do think we have some kind of a natural advantage here. Faithless Looting hits the bin. Swing in for 3. They drop to 12. I could go for Invoke, but if they counter it, we're in a pretty bad place. So as weird as it is, I'm just holding here. We need to make sure they don't Stella Lee pop off. And Shieldred's Edict really punches a hole in that, especially the longer they hold up Octopus Form. Prismari command themselves, yep. They draw 2. They discard 2. They make a treasure. They discard a Mox Opal. They're still holding form. You think I don't have an Edict? I'm Lily freaking Anna of the Veil. I was born with an Edict. Yep. Resolvals. I bet you target it too. Now I have responses. Non-token creature sacrifice. Your octopus form is the trash. They do want to put something on the stack, though, to get her trigger. Okay. What else you got? Mystical Tutor. Interesting. So I'm going to let them put the whatever they want on top, right? And then what they want to do is exile it, but I'm going to Gyre Reach them in response to that. Oh, they're going to try to pact this. Now watch this. Wait a minute. If I put it in their hand, they discard, then they... So right now they're exiling this to cast it for free, right? Yeah, we'll do this now. Whatever. They do still get their pact, but we untap and cast Invoke Despair. And Liliana Ultimates. Like, they're doing all this, and Liliana can just make them sack Stella. And they're gonna... Oh my god. Alright, well... You got a Chain Lightning, but you have no mana? And now you can copy something, but you can't cast anything. I know! A nightmare. What a terrible life. A Reanimate? Oh, hopefully I draw a Swamp here. Invoke Despair, properly named. Ah, it's not, it's Grief. But, what the heck? You just don't have the resources, opponent. You just ain't got it. Pay your 5. It's over. Man, that one-man Nethergoyf really put the clock on. Got the job done. Rusco the Clockmaker. What an evil guy. But look at these sweet cards we have, but we have nothing on turn 1. You should not keep a hand on the draw with nothing on turn 1. Like, if they have Dark Ritual, they could have turn 2 Rusco, and you need to hit them with that discard spell. Well, we didn't get the discard spell, but we have the Grizzlebrand, so we're just a reanimate away from glory. And we have Currency Converter, Relic, and Heart. That's pretty good stuff. They do like their graveyard, and I'm telling you, Converter is good. As long as we can resolve Liliana. They are a blue deck, but we need our discard spells. Where are they? Anyway, this does have that draw a card, discard a card option. It's something we can do if they're just sitting there holding up counter magic on us all the time, as Rusco loves to do. Well, I even mulliganed to try to get the better hand and failed, so GG's. It wasn't a GG, to be clear. It was a garbage G. A terrible G, you might say. They have one blue open. I could exile Grizzlebrand and kill Rusco, or try to. And this is kind of just going to steamroll the game. Losing Grizzlebrand is unfortunate, but I'm definitely not in a position to do anything with it. If they spell Pierce, I'll just concede. It's fine. Did they go turn 1 Dark Ritual? Did they have like the Rusco and the Blink spell and or protection spell? Did they? They did not. Usually killing Rusco isn't even good, but at least here they're like a couple lands away from casting it again. Never mind, they're gonna cast it next turn. What the hell am I talking about? With mana open. Avarice is a draw 3. Not really what we need right now, though. I mean, we could try for it. It'll probably just get countered, at which point we're really out of the game. I feel like I need to double spell this turn, so here's Heart of Kirin. Do they counter that? Probably. We want them to use counters while they don't have Rusco on the field. And then we have to start working on their whole dig through time, treasure cruise, Troll of Khazad Doom stuff. This game sucks. Here's your Rusko experience, guys. And they still have counter magic up. Anything I can do to even try to play around that now? I guess I'm exiling Relic to hit Graveyard. They're at 6. They're probably casting Rusko again, or they wouldn't have done that. What are we doing with cards in our hand? Not much. Okay, they even paid full price just cuz, I guess. Do I use it now? They could have a dig through time. They really could. Dig through time and treasure cruise are the problems. We're trying to draw another land so we can play our Liliana. Okay, I guess. Pretty good card, but it does give us a line. We could burn them out. We do draw the swamp. What do you guys think? Is that another counter spell? Well, here's a way to find out. Heistia. Oh, okay, Bomies. That's really something when I'm holding Insatiable Avarice. That was scary. And I whiff. Awesome. This game absolutely sucks. You know what? We're good. Okay. I'm taking it out on Uro. This will be a tough one too. Obviously, they like to fill their graveyard. So Ghost Vacuum at a premium. Let's go. Let's lead with the Thoughtseize to make absolutely sure they don't remove it. What here kills a Ghost Vacuum? Counter target artifact or creature. This should be pretty easy to bait out. Their exploration doesn't get them much here. And look at these big spells. So it's tempting to take exploration to turn off their ramp, but they only have 2 lands. If I take their Serenade, I feel much better. We do need to draw land pretty badly. Okay, they drew Tameo. Lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. What do we do? Are we going to draw this land or not? I run an appropriate amount of land. See if they flip this Tameo. Come on, Liliana. Come on, don't let me down today. I'm just gonna crack that clue, right? Yep. Okay, they flipped. What a luck sack. They run 6 mana cards like this, but they curve out perfectly with their Tameo. She got there. Okay, beautiful. Let's go. Bloodghast in the bin. No real point in attacking because of the Tameo plus here. There's the Euro. Gotta get the vacuum down next turn. Gotta do it. Okay, sweet. That's on 6, not 7. If they don't proliferate, we're good.
I'm tired of your secrets.
I guess we can even play around the proliferate. Clean it up. Just in case they go land and immediately like try to bring out the Uro. Tiny Bones, draw me cards, baby. We are unassailable. We just have to get rid of this darn Tameo that shut down the bearer. At the beginning of each end step. Ooh, so if we use the Sanitarium on their turn, the Tiny Bones draws a card on their end step as well. We just have to use it before their end step. Well, that's gonna die. Okay.
Use your words.
Gotta kill this, right? The problem with killing that is... Yeah, there's definitely a problem with killing that. Which is I don't make them discard. So maybe I do Sanitarium. It's on 7. I gotta get it. I can bring this out. Attack with both, but they block 1. So if I'm going to, if I need the Sanitarium anyway, I can see if I draw a removal spell. If I do, I can still plus Liliana. So let's do it. Swamp. Awesome. Remember when we were worried about not drawing lands?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Maybe I should have held that up in that case. A little wonky there. Okay, bye. I don't know what you're afraid of. I have all these fun ones that don't do much, but the opponent, I guess, thinks I have them locked. I am in a good spot. My whole plan's on the board. Oh no! Discard versus discard. Oh no. Tiny Bones facing off against Liliana on the draw. Disgusting, but our hand does have Bankbuster and Arena and the Tiny Bones itself. So, like, if we get down the Bankbuster or the Arena, that is good against a discard deck, and they're turn 1 Bajuka bogging, so that's not bad either. And we hit the discard spell. Things are coming up. CovertGoBlue. Oh god. Or what a nope. We can't have a Waste Knot. Those Bowmasters are a pain, but we can play little mind games with the Bowmasters. They have a Curse Marauder, which is a creature, a non-token creature. That's important. Do I just develop my board? They play Karvek the Spiteful whenever you commit a crime, but really they don't have a lot of discard here. I think I just rock. It's gonna be weird playing around the Bowmasters. I do need a removal spell. Why did they keep this hand? I guess the Waste Knot. Yeah, and we got it. Oh, Jesus, what a rip. Come on. What are we doing here? I mean, the Barrel Goif's just kind of a big dumb idiot. And it dies to a Curse Marauder too easily. You didn't have the card, you freaking cheater. Bet it's my swamp too. Yeah, it is. Yeah, of course. All right, we drew our swamp. 4 mana. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? If I play Raven Man and Tiny Bones and they play a Curse Marauder and a... It only works if they discard a spell. This doesn't get a Planeswalker though. Like, I'm looking at this board and I'm like, how do we get ahead here? I think I have to get their commander off the board. They've got something. I think it's just a removal spell. They don't have room for like not dead after all and crap like that, right? But how do I deal with the Karvek now? I really don't. But they don't have a 1 mana card in their graveyard yet that's good. Target one black card in your graveyard, copy it, cast it. Ugh. They do have to commit a crime. Okay. Tiny Bones is on the board. Which means they're going to get cards when I plus Liliana. So they're feeling smart. But we will get a little bit more. Am I discarding? That Bowmasters is a pain, man. I guess I have to discard this Arena, which could be a game breaker if it weren't for the Bowmasters. Liliana might be facing herself on turn 6, so we've got to make more progress on hitting the hand before then. They dropped the Marauder. Probably should have just plus the Liliana first. These didn't have to see it. They just had to be there on end step. It might have forced them to make more of a mistake. Bowmasters doesn't trigger when it enters with the nerfed version. I have to draw an additional card for that to happen. But with Tiny Bones on the field, that is kind of what happens. So I need to draw something for these freaking Bowmasters, because I think they're just going to hold this up. Let's see. If they hold up Bowmasters, I can play around it. I don't have to make the opponent discard. Land off the top. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent discarded this turn, you draw a card. I don't have to make them do that. I can do it like this. Make them sack Bones.
One of your friends has to leave.
Like, clearly their plan is Bowmasters. If I attack with the Raven Man and they trade Bowmasters for it, I'm good with that. Right? I think so. Because if they get rid of the Raven Man, it feels kind of bad to lose that. But then we play Liliana, we plus, they discard, and then we are drawing again with Tiny Bones. So they're not going to be willing to make that play. Yep, if they don't discard, Bowmasters isn't that scary. Eat that Marauder. Put pressure on the board. Play this Bank Buster, which can be a 4/4 attacker. Pass turn. If it's just Bowmasters, oh well. I don't draw off Tiny Bones. And they have the Fatal Push, yep. They choose the Raven Man, which is interesting. I guess the Raven Man is what I would expect them to target with their Bowmasters. With the Raven Man eating a removal spell, maybe I don't mind their Bowmasters triggering once. We'll see. I can also just play Liliana and make them sack it. They play Elspeth's Nightmare. Okay, that's for Tiny Bones. I guess they were planning to get rid of both anyway. 2 mana open. We draw Ripples. So they'll take Ripples out of my hand next turn. That's annoying. Instead, we could hold up sacking Urza's Cave to get Nykthos or Cabal Stronghold. We also have Demolition Field, which I don't think is important. Should probably have Bajuka Bog in the deck. I was just wary of how many swamps I wanted. Reanimate is a powerful card. They're as likely to draw it as I am. And they can turn the Raven Man against me. They probably run it themselves. Plus my graveyard is about to get exiled by the Nightmare anyway. And empty Nightmare Whiff. Ripples of Undeath can also help us undo mulligans with card advantage. Now let's see if they hit the land for Liliana, because that card is scary. Harvik the Punisher. Good card. Yeah, I wish I had a Bajuka Bog right now. If we trigger the Bowmasters, it picks off our bird. Let's wait on that. Nykthos doesn't get us ahead yet. And this breaks even, but it gets better with each swamp. There's a lot more swamps in the deck. You just have to draw one. Okay, we hit the color and we hit a waste knot. That's pretty good. Dreadfugue also, though, can get rid of the Liliana, which I think is pretty important. It's a defensive play, but I'm a defensive Magic player. I will cleave it. Oh God, invoke despair. Oh God, no. Absolutely not. Nice Doomblade though. Cute. Would they trade the Punisher? They're at 13. If I bring out the color and they block it, do we mind? Not really. This is about to go to the graveyard, so it's a good idea. I do want that Punisher gone. Let's go with you guys crewing. I want to encourage them to block Graveyard Trespasser. Our graveyard's about to go anyway. Might as well get this little drain. Yep, that works. But block. Do it. Do it. With the Bowmasters. Okay, they feel safe. They feel very safe. They're not afraid of me drawing cards. Well, little do they know, I'm a drawing cards machine. This should be in Warp now, right? Not Graveyard. That's why I did it, what I did. No, not the Invoke Despair. Oh God, Karvek's good. Should Karvek be in my deck? Probably. But it's okay. It's not the end of the world. They get the ripples. They get one card. They nail my graveyard. I am still... They're still at 9. They're still at 10. They still have Liliana in hand. That's a draw. Well, Karvek's going to go now because it's alone.
Nobody knows, Dominic. Off you go.
Bowmasters gone. Down to 4. Let's go. What are they gonna do? Play Liliana, make me sack my color? I'll bring it out of the graveyard. They're doing it. And they didn't draw any cards from it. Okay, this went about as well as we could hope. Put the exile card. When you discard a card, put the exile card with this artifact into owner's graveyard. If it's a land, okay, they're scooping. So I'm just making sure, do we want to play the land or not? And yeah, we play the land, we bring out the color, we kill the Liliana. They're at 4, and now we have them discarding to Liliana. Yeah, they're kind of cooked. Thank you to the sponsors of today's episode, CoolStuffInc.com. If you want to build a mono black Canadian Highlander or Commander deck, you're going to want to protect it. So go to CoolStuffInc.com, use promo code CGB5, pick up the sick cards you need, and then put them in Dragon Shield sleeves, also a sponsor of the channel. Use the promo code CGB5 with Dragon Shield and the link in the description to support the channel. Thank you to them for sponsoring my content, even when I'm playing in a digital only format like Brawl. Trust me, there's a lot of ways to build mono black discard for Commander and 1v1 like Canadian Highlander or Standard, kind of. You're not in Standard anymore. Come back. You're in Pioneer, right? Did people play Pioneer? I digress. Thank you to my sponsors. And thank you to you for staying till the end. There are so many sweet cards in Brawl that I did not draw today. I did not draw Necropodes. I did not draw the File. I did not draw Monument to Endurance. Like, the list goes on and on as far as like powerful things that the deck can do. And I love the diversity of offerings in a format like Brawl and the way that the gameplay feels, as opposed to the very repetitive 60 card nature or the very low powered 40 card nature. So if you want something different to try, I strongly recommend Brawl, but you stayed till the end of the video, so you probably already know that. Thank you for watching this video. Put a Bajuka Bog in the deck. As always, you're cool.